Alright, I need you to find an easy locked chest. Let me know when you found one. It needs to have, it doesn't need to specifically be easy. It just needs to have the, have at least one set tumbler. At least one tumbler that is already, like, locked in place. That doesn't unset when you fuck up. It's not a perk. It's like a. It's like there's like when you're lockpicking an easy difficulty. When you're lockpicking an easy difficulty chest, for example, how there's like you only have to lock in like 3 pins or like 2 pins, and then there like even if you fuck up, there's still like 2 or 3 pins that are permanently set. I need you to find yourself one of those chests. Let me know when you find one. I jumped off a house. Ow. That's okay. I got lucky when jumping. Yeah.
Hi there.
That Honditar sure knows his way around this area. Have you spoken with him?
Oh, I'm doing a quest. What I gotta go to Hackdirt. That's a dumb name. I'm gonna go to Windier instead. Oh, you found one? This game moves so smooth. That is when the original came out. I like the original Oblivion. I only did one like full playthrough for all the achievements, including the DLC stuff. But I had a good time with it. I thought it was very dated, but it was still like a good time. And then they did this, and now I don't have any reason to ever play the original Oblivion again. You can't mod your Xbox. They said they're not going to do Creation Club or mod support for this remaster at all. Which is awesome. Do you think they're going to finish Sky Oblivion still? Like they say they're going to, but are they gonna? Thanks. This game looks better than Skyrim though. Which I guess is fair considering this game came out like this fucking remaster came out like 14 years after Skyrim. Starfield sucks. It was in 2021. But this is like a proper remake, you know? Running on Unreal Engine 5 or whatever. I don't know. The same studio that's doing this game is doing did this game is working on a whatchamacallit remastered, a Fallout 3 remastered. It's 3. Todd Howard kind of has a slight bone to pick with Obsidian. Obsidian, fucking Avowed was poo-poo. I am going to include your audio, I decided. I think it'll be more interesting because we're talking about game stuff. Oop, party audio included. If you wish to join, you can... Yeah, I saw when Avowed was coming out, someone made a video comparing things that fucking Oblivion, like original Oblivion and Skyrim had, that Avowed didn't have.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in Avowed that, for an RPG, I was really disappointed it didn't have. Like, there was
Especially
no...
considering they made New Vegas.
Yeah, like, there was no, like, static loot, if that makes... Like, I think that's the terminology I'm looking for. Like, the whole,
Like unique items?
No. Like, you couldn't, like, loot anything off of, like, tables or anything like that. And I think for an RPG that adds a layer of immersion, and not having it in there really was like not necessarily like a bad thing for me, but it was definitely one of those like, man, something was missing to me, you know?
Right. Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't got it yet, I highly recommend getting the skeleton key. You can get it as soon as you hit level 10.
Yeah, fucking Nocturnal's quest.
It's so easy to do, too. Unbreakable lockpick, Gideon.
Yo, I got
And
the...
you don't lose it either. Well, yeah, but in Skyrim, they make you get rid of it to finish the Thieves Guild quest.
Yeah.
If you want to finish the Thieves Guild quest, you do.
Yeah, if you want 100% the game, you got to.
Why is this? There must be a way in there. I've completed 2 Daedric quests. Meridia's and Nocturnals, and Meridia is Scottish.
Meridia? You mean a new hand touches the beacon?
Except she only gives you a ring. It makes you faster and it makes you invisible, partially.
I feel like I should remember that thing, but I don't.
The Ring of Khajiit.
Yeah.
I think the last time I loaded up Oblivion was like 2013.
It was a couple years ago when I did my playthrough. Like, not too long, but sooner than that.
Yeah, well, I played Oblivion about the time Skyrim came out, and because my buddy saw the trailer for Skyrim and was playing Oblivion, and I was like, oh, cool, what's this game? You know, and got onto the whole Elder Scrolls kick right before Skyrim came out. I beat Oblivion, and then Skyrim came out, and I more or less spent more time in that game than I did in pretty much any game I've ever played. Like I love
But
Skyrim.
Skyrim? Oh, I love
Yeah.
Skyrim too. Skyrim's such a good game. I played it a lot, and now I'm playing this a lot. It's the newest one, but I don't know if I'll play this more than Skyrim.
To me, it sucks because like I'm bittersweet about this one because like it's definitely like nostalgic for my childhood. But I really want 6 to come out, and it's mainly because I need answers that 5 didn't answer, particularly like the Glimmer and all this other stuff. I don't mind
Well,
playing Oblivion.
Skyrim kind of confirmed that the Dwemer aren't dead. There's a glowing red crystal. I'm gonna shoot it with my fucking bow.
Well, in
Like Skyrim
Morrowind,
kind of confirmed.
in Morrowind, you met one of the Dwemers that was in
Mhm.
Oblivion at the time,
Right.
and it's
He's fat, and he has the corpus.
it's weird because like the one Dwemer you do meet in the game, like in the game franchise, he has no answers because he's like, I don't know, man. Like,
Right? He was like, and then you think about it makes sense why he doesn't have any answers. He was, I don't know, but it's kind of weird to think that he was the only one that wasn't in Mundus.
well, it might have just
Like-
been like a predicament he was in that like maybe it was a certain pocket of Oblivion that didn't have connection to Mundus or some like it could be a billion things. I don't know.
Oh, Gideon, Mundus is the term for the Daedric realms or Aetherius realms. Yeah. The main world is, like, the world itself is called Nirn. The continent that we're on is Tamriel.
Mundus is the solar system.
And Akavir is the continent as well. That's where the Nerevarine is. But we don't know if the Nerevarine is alive or dead. Because Akavir is not a nice place. They have tiger people in Akavir. Did you know that, Gideon? Yeah, they're not Khajiit. They're a different race entirely. They also have their own lizard, fucking lizard people as well that are also not Argonians. Yeah.
I was telling him about the snow demons.
All right. Oh, have you heard the theory? Actually, did you hear about one of the original cut stories for Skyrim about who the main antagonist was gonna be? Riemann Septim.
But doesn't the Septim dynasty end in Oblivion?
That's what the Septim dynasty that was on Tamriel was. Riemann Septim disappeared in Akavir,
Valid. I forgot about that.
and so there was initial concept plans for back when Skyrim was still in early development for having Riemann Septim return, and that's what would have been the cause of its own civil war, not the stuff with the Thalmor planting or Ulfric Stormcloak.
Oh, so it would have been like people who believe Septims should be the rightful heir to the
Right.
throne instead of the Mede dynasty.
Mm-hmm. Because the Mede dynasty is technically the Fourth Empire.
Yeah. That does feel kind of fucking. It sounds cool, but weird.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why they cut it for the story they went with. But like, it's still in the back pocket that Riemann Septim might still be alive. And I think that's kind of cool. But also, he'd have to be some kind of undead to still be alive in modern times.
Bitch or something.
Well, here's the thing: we don't know how much of a time jump there's going to be with Elder Scrolls 6, because all the previous Elder Scrolls games took place within like a 20-year period of each other. Aside from Battlespire and fucking Redguard, those took place like during Tiber Septim's fucking conquest era.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Gideon about the whole thing of there's a chance they might do, because it is going to be in Hammerfell. In Skyrim, they mentioned that the Altmer Dominion is currently warring with the Thalmor are currently warring with tribes of Hammerfell because of
Dakaviri, what are they called? Dakaviri are the blades. What am I thinking of? You know what I'm talking about, like the Redguards guys.
Yeah, but my idea was maybe they keep going with the whole story of the Thalmor, but just make it another.
Dude, they've been setting up the Thalmor since Oblivion.
Yeah.
Like,
because
I've been hearing. Go for it.
The reason the Thalmor are even in power is because they lied about closing the Oblivion gates.
Right? Yeah. So, fucking, you first hear like whispers of the Thalmor, with just NPC dialogue in Oblivion that I've been hearing a few times walking around. We're like, oh, there's anti-imperial mages protesting in the Somerset Isles. That's what the Thalmor, right? Then the Oblivion's gates closed, and they didn't know about Martin Septim sacrifice and all, right?
Yeah, because it only occurred in Cyrodiil and all that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And because word takes forever to travel in medieval time, they're like, everyone's like, well, they closed, what happened? Like, nobody had answers, and Thalmor go, hey, we did it.
Right. And then the Thalmor assassinated some important people that Gideon has yet to meet, to try to keep the Empire from remaining stable, and then that caused the Empire, as it was, to actually officially break up, which caused this brief series of civil war in Cyrodiil that the Mede dynasty eventually ended up winning. Titus Mede I was the one who won it. And his son, Atrebus, he's cool. I listened to the Oblivion novels recently. The Oblivion novels, the Infernal City and the Lord of Souls. Those take place 49 years after the events of Oblivion. They're good. But in it, that's when you first in the Infernal City, that's when you first hear whispers about the Thalmor, as in like the first time they're actually officially named. You know?
Yeah. So they have a whole like 150 years of
build-up.
Yeah, a build-up in Somerset Isles to be the political power that they are.
Like by the time of those books, they had already managed to get Valenwood to succeed from the Empire. To secede.
Well, a lot of people, I don't know, I know you're streaming and this might get demonetized, but a lot of people refer to the Thalmor as the Nazis. But that's
no, they absolutely are. They absolutely are. That's what they were designed to be.
Yeah. So like, but there is a lot of relation between like the Nazi power taking control in Germany and the way the Thalmor took control in Somerset.
Right? They absolutely did that intentionally. In terms of like Bethesda stuff for it.
Yeah. Kid friendly, quote unquote.
And then after the Great War, right? They fucking with the White Gold Concordate, right? The way that the game that Bethesda framed the starting into the game, right, for new people, is making it appear like the Empire were the bad guys, you know, with the Stormcloaks being, oh, they're the oppressed rebels that just want to worship whoever they want, right?
Yeah.
And that's where they get you, because the Stormcloaks are actually the bad guys in the situation, while the Empire are actually the good guys. because Titus Mead, the first, right? And then is the second this by Skyrim time, right?
Yeah.
I think that's his name. The reason why he even signed the White Gold Concordat was because he knew at the time that there was no way for the Empire to be able to keep going with the war. At that time, so they signed the White Gold Concordat, and they said, oh, we'll disband the Blades, yeah, and then we'll also outlaw Talos worship without actually enforcing that until like very recently, and that only happened at all because of Ulfric. Because Ulfric was a Thalmor plant. He didn't realize he was, but he absolutely was.
I
Read in
believe
his dossier.
Ulfric. I don't know if he for sure was like definitely involved with the Thalmor, but the fact that
here's the thing, right? He doesn't know he's a plant. He absolutely was one, because like the Thalmor and part of the torture method was coercing him in a way to make him believe that him not leaving the Empire is the reason why that the Empire is weak, and that's why they don't let the worship of Talos be a thing. So when he escaped, air quotes, he was allowed to escape, by the way. When he escaped, he immediately went about and banded together the Stormcloaks to officially start, the civil war in Skyrim about the worship of Talos, which made the Thalmor more able to be like, hey, very clearly you guys are letting Talos worship still be a thing, which made the Empire have to crack down on it.
Yeah, weakening the Empire even more.
Mm-hmm. Because the Empire knew at the time, right? The reason why the Empire were even signed the White Gold Concordat was they knew that if the war kept going, there was a very real chance that they were not going to win. So the reason why they stopped the war and signed the White Gold Concordat was so that they could rebuild their military strength, But Ulfric, he doesn't think about that. He just thinks of the immediate. Did you know that the Thalmor actually also supply the Stormcloaks with weaponry?
I can see it. I didn't know,
they
but
do
I
it.
can
They
see
do
it.
it under like a different identity, but it's the Thalmor that does it. So the Thalmor knew that without Skyrim, because Skyrim was one of the main reasons why they were able to take back Cyrodiil in the first place. Without Skyrim, the Imperials wouldn't have been able to take back Cyrodiil during the Great War. And they knew this, so they instigated the Civil War because they would weaken the Empire. So if Ulfric wins the Civil War and the Stormcloaks win the Civil War, right? That just means that the Empire itself, as well as Skyrim, will be significantly weaker than they would have been otherwise.
Yeah, so it'll be easier for the Thalmor to swoop in.
The Empire, they believe in equal rights for their races, right?
Yeah.
But they also believe in freedom of religion. They just have to pretend they don't because of the White Gold Concordat.
Yeah,
but the second the Great War starts, they're for certain going to allow the worship of Talos again. Because you know what the Thalmor referred to the Great War as? It's like the Empire refers to the war against the Thalmor as the Great War, right? The Thalmor referred to it as the first war against the Empire.
So they're planning on having a second.
Round
yeah.
So, long and short of it is, the Empire are actually the good guys in this situation.
For sure. But the reason I believe 6 is probably going to take place after Skyrim is to answer the question of obviously because Skyrim's their best-selling game.
Oh, we know for certain it's taking place after, because they said that in Elder Scrolls 6 we're going to find out the canonical conclusion of the Skyrim Civil War.
Yeah, so it's gonna have to take place after 6 because, well, and it also is a great marketing position for them as well, because Skyrim is their best-selling game. So in order for them to sell the next game, they're gonna be like, "Hey, you remember all the answers that you had, or all the questions you had regarding 5, one of our best-selling games? Buy 6, and you'll learn all those answers."
The thing I'm kind of sad face about is the fact that we probably won't have access to the Thume anymore.
Yeah. Although that being said, the Thume was fucking busted. Like
It was
the fact that you could mix magic with Thume and it was basically a second racial power that you could swap between was that was a lot of mechanics that could stack really well with each other. Like the fact you can get Dragon Aspect and buff it with like go full mage or full melee hybrid, all this stuff, like it was basically just another racial passive, or just another it was like another layer of magic that you could like it didn't have a skill for itself, but it was definitely powerful enough to be utilized in multiple ways, and there was so many versatile Thumes in it. I believe they'll probably bring back some of the Thumes in
I've
spells.
heard speculation that they're gonna do a save data transfer from Skyrim and have you play as the Dragonborn still.
I don't like that. I don't fucking like that at all.
That was years ago when I heard that though, so like it might just be a rumor, you know.
I 100% honesty, I don't like that at all. Like, I've already come to the conclusion that because of the Dragonborn DLC, the Dragonborn's getting stuck with Hermaeus Mora, and that's gonna be his.
Well, technically, like if you do all the fucking other things, right? Your Dragonborn is technically, kind of sworn their souls to several different Daedra princes as well as different deities, and ultimately, right? Ultimately, Akatosh has claims to your soul.
That's valid. Like after everything's said and done, you are not Dragon Blood, Dragon Soul.
Well, technically also Dragon Blood. That's why you're able to open up the seal at Skyrilla Temple.
I didn't even fucking think about that.
Because the seal only reacted to Dragon Blood.
So would you technically be an heir to the throne?
I may have a bit of a proposition for you involving the Germain family you so recently assisted.
Sorry, what was that?
Would you technically be an heir to the throne then?
I would gladly.
Yes, technically, in a way, you do have a claim to the throne just entirely based on your Dragon Blood. Which a lot of people say that, you know, oh, because you assassinated the Emperor, right? If you do the Dark Brotherhood questline, which I'm guessing is going to end up being the canonical way, you know? Because there's two outcomes to that questline. You could destroy the Dark Brotherhood if you wanted to.
I believe that. Okay,
that's what I've been doing a lot in an Imperial. That's what I do a lot in my more pro-Imperial runs, because you know, Titus Meade, he's been planning the Second Great War since the end of the last Great War.
So,
for the Imperial side, you know.
My stance as like the chronological ending is the Dragonborn is supposed to be a hero by default.
Oh yeah, they're a hero of the Civil War, regardless of what side they joined.
I believe he joins the Stormcloaks. Because chronologically,
I really hope that doesn't. I really hope it doesn't. I think a lot of people are gonna hope it does, because that's what the game tries to set it up to make you think is the good guys, is the Stormcloaks.
Mm-hmm.
But like realistically, the Empire's the good guys in the situation.
But
and people don't really realize it.
They need a weakened Empire for the Thalmor story to make sense.
It's already weak.
It was kind of you to
They need a
Scottish.
broken
In fact,
Empire.
there's quite
So
a
I
bit
think
more to their family history that meets
I think the
eye.
chronological
Want to hear about
factions
it?
that are chosen are Stormcloak because
Excellent.
he's
Curiosity should never
lore
be
supposed to be a
denied, is it
Nord.
not so?
So
Who
I
knows?
believe he
My story may
chooses
prove
the northern
valuable to
side,
both
like
of us once it
the
has come
Nordic
to its
blood,
end.
and
My tale
goes
actually
Stormcloaks.
begins with the father.
I believe he
Albert
sides
Germain.
with the
He was
Dawn
once
Guard
in my
to kill
employ,
the
or
vampire
should I say, the employ of my
epidemic.
organization. He was
He
very good at
destroys the
obtaining
Dark
things that
Brotherhood,
people did not want
ending
to
the
part
Dark
with.
Brotherhood as a whole.
professional
So I don't
thief,
think there's going to
to
be a
put it
Dark
bluntly.
Brotherhood in
He was assigned to obtain a very valuable item for me. He
the
succeeded, but decided to keep this
or
item
in
for
Hammerfell.
himself.
I think there'll be
An
like a separate
unfortunate
assassin
decision.
group that's
He
more
fled
along
from
the
quarrel
lines
with his
of
family
the like
and was never heard
Akaviri
from again.
vibes of like sword
Only
singers
his
and
small
stuff.
son Renaud was
I
found,
thought the
wandering
Akaviri
alone in the wilderness.
Not the
Naturally,
Akaviris,
my
the
associates and I believed
yeah,
he
Alakir.
perished.
Alakir.
The wilderness is, after all, a
The
dangerous
so
place.
I think that's
No
the
place to take your
instance there.
family. Then these many years later, voila.
I don't
the
think
brother
there's a relevance
reappears.
as far as the Mages
It
Guild.
seems the rest of the
I
family
think
did not
it
die in the wilderness after
is
all. Indeed.
second,
What
like
is the point of my
basically
tale?
more or less
Albert Germain
screwed no
builds
matter what.
Weatherly way out in the middle of nowhere.
as
He
far
was
as
a
like the College of
thief,
Winterhold.
not a farmer.
Not
The
the
only
Mages
reason
Guild,
to
but
establish
completely
such a
separate faction.
place would
But
be to stay out of the Coral God's sight. I
I
believe that
think
the item
that
Albert stole, which
as
rightly
far
belongs to me,
as
was hidden at the Weatherly
the
settlement. Unfortunately,
companions, I think he
the
joins
notorious Red Guard
under
Valley
the whole
ogres ransacked
Norse
the place
vibe and shit, but I
probably
think he'll
took all of
cure
the
like
loot back with
his
them.
lycanthropy.
If you were to obtain this
Um,
item somehow and bring
And
it to me,
then
I would
I
pay
think
you very
because
well
he
for
ends
it.
up killing
I can
Mirak
get you started by
and
telling you where the
basically
ogres
stopping
live.
the dragon,
The
the
rest is
first
up to you.
Dragonborn from coming back, he has to make a deal with Hermaeus Mora to, get access to Mirak in the first place. So I think his soul goes to Mirak just on par. So Mirak trades the first Dragonborn for the last.
I hope that I hope that they side with the Empire, because in the past Bethesda's always has been very pro Empire and trying to frame the Empire as good guys in their games. I mean the first two games I should say, were all about helping out Uriel the Seventh, and then you go to Morrowind in the third game in the first place under the order of Uriel the Seventh, and then in Oblivion you are freed technically by Uriel the Seventh, and it's all about helping him out, right? If anything, their track record, especially like in all their games, right? They always try to frame the Empire as the good guys. So I think they probably will have the Empire be the ones that come out on top in the Civil War, because they're still weaker, regardless of what happened with the Thalmor. Like, they're still a weakened Empire. Like, Hammerfell is technically not part of the Empire anymore because that's part of what had to happen with the Empire fucking signing the White Gold Concordat, was that they had to stop helping, Hammerfell.
Yeah.
Elsewhere and Valenwood are both technically part of the Almeri Dominion.
The
Black
third
Marsh,
Outmare Dominion, right?
the one that was established after the events of Oblivion.
Yeah.
Um,
That's another thing that's confusing in the games, is there's so
Yeah.
many different Outmare Dominions.
and empires.
Yeah.
There's been 4 imperial dynasties, 4 different empires.
I love how Gideon's
There
just
was
big chillin', listen to some
Just
fucking
listening,
nerds.
the Elysian Empire was the first empire after the Aelids were defeated. Followed by the Riemann Empire, followed by the Septim Empire, and now the current Mede Empire.
There isn't much to tell you about Albert Germain. He was one of my best, and he got greedy. The rest is history.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? But yeah, in all the other games, they are always very pro-Empire as the good guys, and like wanting you to support the Empire. So if they follow their track record, I think that means that the Empire will be the ones that win the Civil War. But the thing with it taking place in Hammerfell, that's far enough away from Skyrim for the impact to not really matter in the immediate thing, especially considering Hammerfell is technically its own nation against the Aldmeri Dominion. What might end up being a plot point of Elder Scrolls 6 is deciding whether or not Hammerfell rejoins the Empire or remains independent. I can see that happening, you know? And it would be cool seeing the sword singing stuff, because we've never really seen that in game, I don't think.
I feel like that would be a really cool twist on
instead of the Thu'um, right?
Yeah.
Having the sword singing stuff. Yeah, they could do that. I could see.
Gilbert and Renaud know nothing of their father's past deeds. If you want to tell them about it,
nuts.
suit yourself. I do not care to describe it.
I hope.
You will know
I don't
it
know.
when you see it, I think. It is not
I
something one of the ogres should have in his possession.
Because canonically, right, the player character does all of the quests that are in the game. Like all the Daedra quests, all the main faction quests. And that's just how it's been since, I guess, Morrowind. And I don't know if Daggerfall counts. Daggerfall had an obscene amount of quests.
The whole map of Tamriel.
No, that was the arena. Daggerfall was 1-to-1 scale continent of High Rock and Hammerfell together.
Oh, was it?
Oh yeah, dude, it was fucking large.
Dude, it's been so long
and they
since I
had
played those ones.
so
And
many fucking quests, and you were timed on doing the quests in Daggerfall. Yo, you have 3 months to finish this quest.
You have 3 months to finish this quest.
Yeah.
Don't get too distracted. I hope you don't have ADD.
Sorry, I was reading something about this guy who just tried to trying to put me on a quest.
Beware.
Oh, you're
Look. For you, of course. That
name is
will get you something.
Athos, and he wants me to steal a sword.
Beware.
Sword.
The Red Guard
Uh-huh.
Well, that ain't
ogres
very
are not known for their
protagonist-like.
Um,
Supposed to be a good guy. I can't be stealing stuff.
But yeah, in like, for example, in Oblivion, right? You did all the stuff. You did the Mage Guild stuff. You did the Dark Brotherhood stuff. You did the Thieves Guild and the Fighters Guild and Arena stuff. And it ends after the Divine Crusader, right? The Divine Crusader stuff, and it ends with you becoming Sheogorath at the end of the Shivering Isles DLC.
Yeah.
Like the Sheogorath you interact with in Skyrim is the player character from Oblivion.
Yeah. Which I thought that was a nice touch. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. And he mentions it too in Oblivion, you know?
He mentions
Mentions
the whole like
being there for all that stuff.
yeah.
In Skyrim, I mean. So, assuming that it goes the way that Oblivion did, right? That would mean in Skyrim that you became the Thane everywhere, you fucking did the Thieves Guild quest, restored it to glory, you did the Dark Brotherhood quest, restored it to glory, you did the Companions, whether or not you did the, purified yourself, I don't know if that'll be a thing that's even addressed, you know? You become the Archmage at the college. Dawnguard, I agree that they'll probably end up siding with the Dawnguard themselves, right? Because it'd be kind of problematic for vampires to be just walking around whenever they want, you know?
Well, in either way, you kill Harkin, so.
Right. And Dragonborn DLC, I mean, you kill Mirak regardless. It has the one ending, you know? And Alduin, you kill Alduin.
Yeah, well, stop Alduin, not kill him.
Well, I mean, so here I've heard a theory about the the last Dragonborn being the last Dragonborn or not, right? The theory is basically that whenever Alduin returns, another Dragonborn will be born, because you can't have an Alduin without a Dragonborn to try to fight him. And if the Dragonborn were ever to fail, that would truly mark it as the end of the world.
So I'm under the impression that when they sent Alduin back in time, it created basically infinite loops because of like dragon breaks and shit.
They didn't say it was a dragon break, though. They've only ever canonically said there were 2 dragon breaks.
Do you ever do any shopping at
I feel like it was a
Goods?
dragon break. I feel like sending
I mean, there's
Alduin
always something there I need.
like that and like
And seeing
preventing
this
a
gives
world
fair price,
destruction
especially to his friends.
with an Elder Scroll is
Well, during the first part, right, that wasn't Alduin trying to destroy the world at that point. That was just him ruling it.
so they sent him back
Good
and pissed
day.
him off, and then that's what he did.
That's when he decided he was gonna fucking end shit. Because like the stuff that he does in
May I interest you in some
Skyrim,
of my
right?
fine wares?
he's trying to end the fucking world, right? But also, he's not trying to what's he not trying to do? He's not trying to he's not like
That's
bringing the
more
dragons
than
back
I'd
to life
usually pay.
when he's doing their shouts on them. His shout that he uses on the dead dragons simply
You got
shifts
a
them
great
to a point
deal
in
to
time when they were alive.
So do you
I
think
thought that was a cool thing.
Excellent.
do you think he was actually trying to
fine
destroy the
tramp.
world, or was he just resurrecting his homies?
In the time of
Drive a
Skyrim,
hard bargain.
he was absolutely trying to end the world. Maybe not initially, right, when he was reviving all the dragons and stuff.
Mhm.
But after we defeated him on the throat of the world, right, and he like pissed off, that's when I think he was like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, when he was in Sovngarde, he was just like, you know what?
Because like he could have went to Sovngarde whenever the fuck he wanted.
That's more
Yeah.
than a...
Like he could have, but he
That's
didn't.
a
He
fair
decided to try to
deal.
bring all those other dragons back. If he was just trying to end the world, he could have just went to fucking Sovngarde immediately, but he didn't. Speaking of, the reason why he went to Helgen in the first place is because he thought that we were a dragon when he sensed our soul. So he was just very confused about that.
He was just like, where is the homie?
Yeah. But like the theory that I was saying, right, is we defeated Alduin at the end of the main quest, right? And we didn't absorb his soul. He was simply, in theory, it was believed that he was taken by Akatosh to return at the end of time, right? But as how it works is at the end of time. The end of time is only when Alduin doesn't have a Dragonborn to fight him. And we're called the last Dragonborn, but we're just the most recent one. Like, there's been so many Dragonborns, plus the ability to technically create artificial Dragonborn, but I'd have to go into spoilers for Gideon for that to go talk about that. Well, you haven't beaten Oblivion. Did you try to wear the Amulet of Kings of All on a soft point? So if you tried to wear the Amulet of Kings and you were not a Dragonborn, it would just slide off your neck. As if it was, like, super oiled. You cannot wear the Amulet of Kings if you are not a Dragonborn.
You just duct tape it to a homie and... No, I'm kidding.
So, like, technically, by pure, like, by blood, the Dragonborn does have claim to the Imperial throne. And if they do go with the whole Dark Brotherhood questline in terms of not destroying the Dark Brotherhood, which I do not believe they'll destroy the Dark Brotherhood, you know? That would mean that Titus Mede II is dead. Which means that there's now a power vacuum for the Imperial throne.
Again.
Which I don't know if Titus Mede had heirs. I would assume he does, you know? So, whoever the heir is will probably take over.
Don't we kill the only heir to the throne?
No. No, we just kill Titus. We were only contracted to kill Titus by a member of the Elder Council.
daughter. Isn't that the wedding that we stopped?
Vittoria Vici? She's a cousin.
Oh, cousin. I thought the reason
that was technically an unrelated assassination too.
Oh, that was just here's a bonus assassination.
Because, well, I guess it wasn't unrelated. We killed her as bait to bring the emperor in.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because, like, so first, right, we had to kill the one guy's son so we could get access to, like, wedding stuff, so we could figure out, oh, the wedding's going to be this day, so we're going to kill the emperor's cousin, right, so that the emperor comes to Skyrim to attend her funeral. Which he did, and then he was killed during that.
I think it's such a fucking like twist in like the Elder Scrolls as like for the main protagonist in Oblivion, you watch the Emperor get killed, and then in Skyrim, you're the reason the Emperor is killed.
Mm-hmm. Dark Brotherhood be wonky. They got a contract, they gotta fulfill it.
I bought a fine mare from him once. A fine,
Which,
fine
the Dark
animal.
Brotherhood weren't even a joinable faction in Morrowind, were they? It was the Morag Tong that was.
I believe so, if I remember correctly. It's been even longer since I played fucking Morrowind, man.
I've started playing Morrowind somewhat recently. I have not done a lot, but I have been playing a little bit of it.
Remake Morrowind. You hear me, Todd Howard?
It's gonna need to be a total remake. Like, from the ground up, new voice acting lines and everything.
That's what they did with this one.
Well, they did record new voice acting lines, but that was only so that the races would be, you know, have distinct voices and not all the same voice actor talking to themselves. And it's still all the same voice actors talking to themselves, but at least it, you know, at least like the Khajiit sound like Khajiit, and same with the Argonians sounding like Argonians, and the orcs. The orcs are hit and miss on some of them. I've heard the some of the Skyrim voice actors in this game, like voicing the new dialogue lines, like for the Dark Elves and shit as well. I don't know. Have you guys found a chest yet?
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. Are you?
It's pronounced Kavach.
the fucking actually.
Meh. I've just been parkouring around fucking Coral. Ah, fell. Okay. It's a Daedroth.
I feel like he's just gonna leave the party because he's like, I'm tired of getting fucking corrected for political.
Yeah.
Fucking actually. Some Elder Scrolls nerds just hitting him with.
Good to see
Have you ever read the Elder Scrolls novels, Pete?
I've read a handful of them. I haven't read a good chunk of them, and
There are 5. There are technically 2 official novels, and then like 3 ones that are kind of official, but also kind of not.
Are you talking about fucking what's his name? Can't remember. Oh, what the fuck is his name? He doesn't work for
The
Bethesda
Meta
anymore.
Chronicles. No, I know who you're talking. You're talking about Michael Kirkbride.
Yeah, that guy.
I'm talking about like the actual like story novels.
Let me
Oh, the
give you
official novels.
outsiders.
Mm-hmm.
Go bother
There
someone
are
else.
2 official ones, like officially official ones, and those are the ones that take place 49 years after the events of Oblivion. They came out shortly after the Oblivion game came out. The first one is called The Infernal City, The second one is called The Lord of Souls. They are basically like the first half and second half of the story, right? The Infernal City, basically those particular books rotate around the sword Umbra and the entity Umbra.
I find it weird that Umbra didn't make an appearance in Skyrim.
That's because it's canonically destroyed in those books.
In the books? Okay.
Mm-hmm. The Creation Club. Yeah, but Creation Club stuff's not considered canon.
Yeah.
Even if it is added to the game afterwards, like even like in the Anniversary Edition, it comes like stock standard with the game.
It's technically a
It's not-
mod. It's like
Yeah.
it's like Elder Scrolls Online. Technically it's canon, but technically it's not because they have creative freedom.
Elder
and,
Scrolls
like,
Online is like hard because like it takes place in a fucking time frame where they can say it's canon, right? But then they mischaracterize people like Nocturnal. Nocturnal's not all about fucking taking over Mundus. She just wants to do
Go
her own
ahead.
shit.
Shh. We can't talk here. They'll get
Nocturnal is just
suspicious.
chilling.
The girl is in
Like,
danger.
and
Meet
that's
me
the thing
tonight
is like
after dark in my
a lot of
house.
people assume that the
I'll leave the door
Daedra are all
unlocked.
bad and the
Don't be
Daedra are
late.
all good. There are a handful of
We
them
don't vote
that
kindly on. Good day.
like definitely have a
Well,
gray
there are
area.
good. There are good Daedra, like Azura, Meridia. Those two are both good. Gray area, like Nocturnal's definitely a gray area. Hercene, he just wants to hunt stuff, you know. Malakath, he's all about his bros, the orcs. Is he a bad guy for that? For that, probably not. He's like all about. Arguably, right? Even though Mehrunes Dagon's the main antagonist of this fucking game, arguably he's not actually a bad guy, because he's the Daedric Prince of 5 different things, right? Here, one sec. I was looking at this the other day, because like the Daedric Princes are all like the princes of different things.
Yeah.
So Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Prince of destruction, revolution, energy, change, and ambition, right?
Yeah.
And out of all of those, only one of those is like kind of inherently bad, and that's destruction.
The one that is absolutely 100% evil, Ball.
Molag Bal? Oh yeah, Molag Bal's 100% evil. Like, absolutely. He is, Sithis isn't a Daedric Prince, but I'd argue he's kind of evil.
Yeah. Well,
Sithis is
Synthis,
his own thing, which is
Yeah.
crazy. He's not a Daedra or an Aedra.
yeah, he's an extension of Padume, I think. Yeah, Anu and Padme. Yeah, it's Padme. Which is basically just darkness.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like... I don't know any Dharma. That's my horse. Owned it for years. Now either buy
Man's
something
is
or
just
get out.
like, help.
I would we scrape. Say... Thank you. How kind.
just do the fucking Daedric armor cheat.
You've got... That's... You're full of it. Don't be silly.
There's a glitch where you can get
That's
basically
not-
Daedric armor for free.
I don't know any... That's my horse. Goodbye.
You can also do the Umbra quest. I'd wait to do the Umbra quest because the sword is level scaled, but you get a full set of ebony.
Yes, it's this. The Umbra Quest is the strongest sword in the game, one-hand sword in the game. But if you give Umbra back to Clavicus Vial, then you don't get the Clavicus Vial. Then you don't get to keep it, and you have to get Clavicus Vial's mask instead. But unlike the original Oblivion, there's not an achievement in this game for getting all the Daedric artifacts. It autosaves a lot, so as long as you entered in or exited a building, then you autosaved.
His autosave is after the day drop. or before the Daedroth, where he has to kill him again.
Yeah, there's no achievement in this game for getting all the Daedric artifacts. So if you want to keep Umbra and not get the Mask of Clavicus Vial, then you can. I think canonically that's what happened too, at least if you followed the Lord of Souls and shit in the Infernal City, because it wouldn't make sense otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
The other Elder Scroll novels, they were in talks for becoming officially canon before the ZeniMax CEO fucking died a couple years ago. So like whether or not they are canon has been up for review by ZeniMax and like Bethesda officially as recently as November of last year. They're called the Zenata Chronicles. There are 3 of them so far, and they take place roughly 6 years before roughly a year, basically right before the Corpus disease started really affecting Vardenfall.
I feel like you need to change the name of the stream to Test Lore Talk.
I'm fucking drunk and I'm talking Elder Scrolls lore.
I fucking love Elder. Like, out of all the games that I've played, Elder Scrolls lore is so I love it. I love the lore.
Oh yeah.
You know the whole thing about Vivek and Molag Bal, right?
Vivek and Molag Bal? No, do tell.
So, obviously Vivek is like half transitioned from Chimer to Dunmer, right?
Yeah, because that was how he decided to have himself look.
Yeah. Well, he's also a hermaphrodite.
You came.
And I don't know.
I don't have much time.
I don't know
I
if
have to
it's
get to the
technically
gathering before I miss.
canon, but from what I understand from sources in the
You have to
game,
believe me.
he
I didn't know what they were planning. They
is
want to bring back the demons.
supposed to be. So,
I thought I
he's,
did too, but
he's a hermaphrodite
she's so
because of
innocent.
the mid-transition.
They've
Basically,
got
he's
her
half
down in the
male, half
caverns.
female.
They're going to sacrifice her, you understand? You've
And
got to
he has
save
a
her.
love affair
Here,
with
take
Molag
the
Bal.
one in most good luck. Caves run all
Because
beneath
they're
the
technically
town.
both like
Some
divine
natural,
entities, quote
some
unquote,
dug over
with
the
the whole
years since we found the deep.
Vivek.
I don't know
Well,
much.
temporarily,
Never
at
seen
least
it
for
myself.
Vivek.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
Vivek,
yeah.
he was a god
Grandfathers
technically
first
for a
found
few
them, I
years
think,
because of the Heart of
digging in the
Lorcan,
mines.
but
They helped us, made us rich.
he lost that after the
There
Narrative
was
Ring
a
destroyed the
terrible
heart. Like, he
price.
didn't lose it immediately,
Blood.
but by the time of Oblivion,
And worse.
which was only 6 years after Morrowind, he was
I was
like
only
barely
a
old
boy
man with
when
his
the
power.
soldiers came.
Yeah.
We hid
But
Atira.
anyway,
Those of us who've
they
changed the
had
most,
a love affair
we
for
call
a little
the
bit,
brethren.
and I guess
Live
I don't
down
know
in
the full
caves
details,
to
but
be
something
nearer the
about
deep
Azura
ones.
and them having
They
like
don't like the
3 of them
sunlight
having
much.
like a love
Dangerous, too.
triangle, like
You'll want to
hate
avoid.
thing going on.
You shouldn't
And
be in
at
here.
one
Azura
point-
hates the Tribunal, though.
It might be it might have been just a hate thing. I don't know, but again, I can't remember the whole details. But what I remember reading was Vivek bit off Molag Bal's dick, turned it into a spear, and stabbed Azura in the face with it.
I don't know if that's real or not. That might have just been a Michael Kirkbride thing.
It might have been.
For context, Gideon, Michael Kirkbride was one of the main lore writers for Bethesda for several years, but he left Bethesda at one point, and he still wrote a bunch of lore stuff for it, but none of it is officially considered canon because he doesn't work for Bethesda at the time of writing it.
Yeah, and Kirkbride's lore is definitely unorthodox in some cases.
I mean,
so
he said the Divine Crusader is a time-traveling cyborg from the future. Which, like, kind of...
This is the part.
I mean, that part is actually kind of considered canon because of him knowing who the fuck Riemann Cyrodiil is. During Alicia's time. The Divine Crusader, he was something called a Jesserine, something like that? Essentially, he is an incarnation of the dead god Lorcan. Lorcan was technically the original Ninth Divine before Talos ascended. He tricked the other Aedra into creating everything. And once they realized what he had done, they killed him in retaliation.
Well, he tricked the Aedra as well as some of the Magnagi. But Magnus and all of them realized that they were losing the power, like, right whenever they started, and Magnus said, fuck that, and dipped, and that's what created the sun in, like, I think it's Elven creation, I think is what that derives from.
Which we don't know what the exact original creation was, because
I think the most generally accepted. I think the most generally accepted one is the Elven creation.
Right. But we also know for certain that Talos did in fact ascend to godhood because of the simple fact that the Dragonborn can get blessings from the shrines of Talos.
Yeah.
Because, like, lore-wise, Gideon, whenever you get a blessing from one of the shrines, that's, like, canonically, the god is giving you an actual blessing. Like, it's happening for realsies. There's a blessing for you.
Yeah. They're just like, hey, yo, homie, here you go. Here's some more stamina.
So, they only do it for specific people, though. So, like, most people that pray at those altars, right, they don't get blessings. Dragonborn, for like example, or even, like, the hero of Kavach, Champion of Cyrodiil, whatever their preferred title is, they get a blessing every time they pray at one of the altars. And, like, there's, like, gameplay mechanics for that purpose, explanation, right? But it's also canonical. Every time you do so, you are getting blessed by the actual deity. So that alone is proof that Talos is, in fact, a god. And that's one of the big things that the Aldmeri Dominion are pissy about, because the Aldmeri Dominion are very much of the same mind as the Aelids were, where elves are better than everyone else, and everything else should be subservient to them. So the fact that a man, like a human, like a fucking male person, that it was not a Mer, fucking could ascend to godhood, just ruffles their jimmies so fucking fierce.
They're perfectly fine with the fucking tribunal, though, for some reason.
That, because they're Mer.
Yeah.
Also, well, by the time of the Thalmor becoming a thing, the tribunal were basically, like, all gone. Like, fucking, her name always fucks me up, and I'm drunk, so...
Almalexia?
Yeah, her, Sothasil, those two, they're dead by the time of Oblivion, of the tribunal. And then with Vivek just kind of fucking disappeared, which is fun, because it was his waning power that was still holding up a fucking meteor above his capital city, Vivek City, on the island of Vardenfell. And the funny haha thing about that, so the funny haha thing about that, right, is the Dark Elves realized that his power was waning prior to him dipping. So this one Dark Elf guy named Wuhan, right, he built a machine called an Ingenium that was fueled by souls and also technically tapped into Clavicus Vile's realm to hold the Ministry of Truth. That's what they named the asteroid after they hollowed it out and made it like its own fucking like place. That kept the Ministry of Truth in place. It was powered by souls though, and the problem is because Clavicus Vile's dimension was what it was tied to, it only ran on specific souls. So, what happened was, right, this other Dark Elf named Sul, his wife got picked for the thing, because her soul was compatible with the Ingenium. You do not get a choice in that regard. Like, if you are picked to power the Ingenium, guess what you're fucking doing, nerd? So Sul, upon finding out what happened to how his wife was being hooked up to this machine, fucking went on a rampage, breaking into the Ministry of Truth, where the Ingenium machine was, and in order to attempt to free his wife, stabbed the controls of said Ministry of the Ingenium, which caused the machine to break, exploded. It yeeted both Wuhan and Sul into the into either Clavicus Vile's realm or Umbra's pocket realm. One of the two specifically. It's kind of vague on the details for that one. But also, here's the thing about the Ministry of Truth, because Vivek, just because he was doing that doesn't mean he was smart. He was kind of dumb. He decided it was a good idea to, when he stopped the Ministry of Truth in place, he decided that it was a good idea to make it so that instead of it just slowing and being stopped, to just kind of pause it. He paused it where it was in the sky. So the second the Ingenium was destroyed, it was like someone pushed the play button, and it regained full velocity.
Slamming into the fucking ground, it mocked Jesus.
Mm-hmm. It fucking basically nuked.
I would.
Sorry, I'm talking.
This
It
better be
basically
good.
nuked
Every little bit helps.
Vivek City, and caused a chain reaction that caused Vardenfell, the volcano, to erupt, which caused the Red Year, which we are still seeing the effects of in Skyrim over 200 years later.
Yeah. Look over fucking Morrowind on Solstheim, and it's just a red
Not now.
smog.
Yes, really. What a dumb joke. That's
Hey,
not
I'll be
bad.
right back. Gotta take the dog out.
Right.
I can't be seen. Take care. You know,
You found a chest yet?
I'm listening. Thank you. How kind. You too.
Please, let me out of here. You must help me escape. I think these creatures plan to do something horrible to me tonight. Thank you. Hurry. We need to get out of here, quick. Thank you. Let these creatures...
So, what was
Let's
that?
get out
Sorry?
of this place.
Any locked chest that has at least one pick already set. One locked pick already set.
You're pathetic.
You have any questions about what we've been talking about, Gideon?
Have you seen my horse? I can't leave her here.
Yeah, dude.
You look like a shrewd.
Thank you for rescuing me. My mother will be so pleased when we arrive back in Coral safe and sound. Let's go.
Businessman.
A pleasure to speak. You too. I hope I can help. Have you found her? Thank you. Thank you. I can never repay you for your gift of my daughter's life, but you have my friendship and gratitude to the end of my days.
Did I tell you that no one knows what happened to
That Ramalas Briant sure loves his dogs. Take care.
I told you that no one knows what happened to Vivek, right? If you were listening. Yeah, he disappeared either shortly after the Oblivion Crisis or during the Oblivion Crisis. And he has not been seen since. And that was like 200 years ago by the time of Skyrim. There are theories that maybe he got kidnapped by Molag Bal's forces, but he still had, like, even if he wasn't fully divine anymore, he still had stupid power. 100 is the highest you can get an attribute to. Good to know. Which means that the highest natural carry weight, unless you got like the Steam Stone, is 500. Well, yeah, I mean, they was like, I mean, I knew that there was a max level in Oblivion. There's a max level in Morrowind too. It's whenever you can stop leveling skills. Why do I have a negative effect active? Have you bought any houses yet? Well, you can get a castle for free. It's near Coral, called Battlehorn Castle. There's also a mage tower you can get and a thief base you can get as well. apparently, if you get skill increases, like from like vendors after you hit, like as part of quest rewards, after you hit level 100 with the skills, they will level you past level 100 in the skill.
How about you?
Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Have you heard any word about the
I
other
mentioned this because
provinces?
I currently have level
understand Daedra
105
worship has become
mercantile.
increasingly prevalent in the Somerset Isle.
The Ulper have powerful wizards. It could be a dangerous situation.
Oh, the Thalmor also worship Daedra as well. So the whole thing about, oh, Talos is a false god, so he shouldn't be worshipped, is even just more bullshit. I am level 28 now, and I haven't even taken the Amulet of the King's the Joffrey. Adept. So I feel like Apprentice is a nice like safe spot, because like Novice is too dumb easy.
How do you do?
But like I feel like some fights in Adept are just kind of bullshit. You know. Apparently anything harder than Adept is even worse. Like stupid worse. Like expert difficulty is apparently considered too broken, and like people are calling for like nerfs to make it easier. On Adept. Yeah, I played Adept for most of it. I put it down to Apprentice because Jill was playing on Apprentice and I watched her doing it. I'm like, man, that actually seems like a pretty decent sweet spot. I'd say Apprentice Oblivion is the equivalent of Adept Skyrim. And I wish that was a joke, but it's not.
Hey there. Hello again. I find the fact that my father was a notorious master criminal absurd. He was a peaceful farmer, nothing more. Where you
Just
heard
get
this
good.
information, I'll never know, but please don't mention it again. Accusation without proof is unfounded.
What was that? Who? Dude, I was fucking around with a training guy in Battlehorn Castle because you can get a guy that you can train with in Battlehorn Castle that when he attacks you, it'll like still level up your skills, but it won't actually damage you, right? And I was fucking around with that on master difficulty, just so I could train up my like marksmanship or whatever, or like some of my stats, and that was like, it's like I fucking played Destiny and that was too much of a bullet sponge.
I'm playing on expert to answer the question.
I heard it was ass.
It's not too bad.
People are calling for nerfs. Oh, I agree. The game's definitely harder than Skyrim.
I'm playing on expert, and I will say going sword and board is definitely, like, being able to block and stun them for a second, get hits in, and then, like, create space to regen stamina, and, like, it's definitely more tactical, I will say.
I just fucking died. Enemies are bullet sponges.
How are you guys' stats?
Oh, I'm level 28. I got 100. Uh-huh. I haven't even taken the Amulet of Kings to Joffrey.
Dungeon crawls.
You mean Martin? I mean-
Fair. Yeah, and then active effects. Rough.
If Will-o'-the-Wisp effects, they affect you, but they aren't under active effects. So you have to go to a shrine to cure it yourself. Yeah, you need to go to a shrine. There's shrines in almost every major city.
Yeah.
Coral has a temple of the Sendar.
I'm level 6.
The Divine Crusader's gauntlets are in the temple of Sendar.
I've been fucking around.
I have also, but I've also started to minorly min-max on certain things. I'm Master Alembic.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
not
I
even doing that.
loot goblins something fucking fierce. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got Mehrunes Razor. Oh yeah, it's cool. So Mehrunes Razor, right? It is one of the only I think it's like the only Daedric artifact in the game that you don't get through a Daedric quest. Because Mehrunes Dagon is, you know, the fucking bad guy of this goddamn game. He's not gonna give you a weapon free.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. I got to go get it recharged at the Imperial City though.
By the way, they also reworked endurance in this game.
I'm happy. They reworked magic regen too.
Not fucked like it was.
Yeah. Magic regen didn't exist in original Oblivion, Gideon. Mm-hmm.
Magic regen.
Magic didn't regen in original Oblivion. You had to use potions.
And it's like, that sounds terrible.
But also, unlike fucking Skyrim, you can cast magic underwater, so that's kind of cool. Damn. I have level 100 acrobatics. I can tell you what stats I have over 100 if you want.
46
I've heard
blade,
some
45
going.
heavy, 37 rest,
Did you
31
make a
block.
Did you make a custom class, or did you do just a basic class?
I did custom.
How are you?
Yeah, this is a smart thing to do. Well, you gained reputation out of all of them. You gained like experience out of all of them. Level up faster. Exactly. So my stats are: I am level 28. I have. That didn't cure my fucking. Why is my intelligence and willpower lower?
Greetings, Orc. What's new?
Not even
I have
Debella
heard
loves
that
a
the great
sinner? What does that mean?
houses of Morrowind.
Your crimes corrupt my body and what crime? What crime?
I love how fucking
I have
vague
a-
Oblivion is just in general.
Bounty of 40?
And seems
Hold on, I gotta fucking talk to a guard. Stop right there, criminal scum! You have violated my
Please,
mother.
go ahead. I hope I can help. Bye.
So I've got 80 strength, 55
Walk with
intelligence,
virtue, friend.
50 willpower, 30
I
agility,
sing your praises
40
and welcome you
speed,
again.
65 endurance,
Stop!
40 personality, and
violated-
50 luck.
Here's
Okay, did my thing. Where is the jail off the guard barracks in Coral?
I don't remember.
Because I need to find where the Coral jail is.
afternoon.
Money back. I need to find the evidence chest.
Well met.
Oh, found it. Alright. Where's the evidence chest? There it is.
I heard you know how to move in light armor. What can I do for you, man? Bye.
I am going to find a chest, and I will make it so much easier for you, Gideon. I promise. What level are you? Like, overall level?
Hi there.
Uh-huh. Cool. First, find a chest that is locked. Go to an Aelid ruin. I guarantee you there's going to be at least one in there.
I sing your praises and welcome you again.
Oh, hello.
My afflictions have been banished. Are my stats fixed, game? Good. All right. From the top, strength 100, intelligence 85, willpower 85, agility 90, speed boosted to 100, don't know how, endurance 90, personality 84, luck 60, because luck is ass to level. Athletics, of my major skills are athletics, which is at 53, blade, which is at 63, acrobatics, which is at 100, light armor, which is at 70, marksman, which is at 64, sneak, which is at 100, speechcraft, which is at 44. I should have put mercantile instead of speechcraft, but I didn't, and I'm regretting it. For minor skills, I have 84 armor, 50 block, 10 blunt, 12 hand-to-hand, 16 heavy armor, 6 alchemy, 25 alteration, 64 conjuration, 17 destruction, 5 illusion, 10 mysticism, 68 restoration, 105 mercantile, and 100 security boosted to 140 due to the skeleton key. Conjuration is just one of those things you can level, like, passively, continuously. Same with alteration, honestly. Conjuration and Alteration. Conjuration is considered the easiest magic school to level on Oblivion, with Alteration being the second.
Have mercy. Just one coin.
Yeah, Athletics just hit 54.
It's my... Not a nice place to visit. About... Ah, the comely Argonian lass. You may have met her if you've ever been in... I can show you some new things.
Sorry, what was your question?
Farewell.
Because longswords just are higher damage weapons.
I see. It is with the... Don't know why... Until our paths cross again, my friend.
You just reminded me I need to go to the Imperial City, thank you. Actually, I might be able to do it at the Mages Guild here in Coral.
My hero.
Why did they make Argonians so fucking hot in this remake?
What is it now?
The Argonians are so fucking hot in this game, dude. It's the eyes, I think, that get me.
What is it, associate? I hope... Take care. A pleasure. Farewell.
Khajiit aren't half bad either. They look significantly cuter.
Farewell.
Most races look significantly better in this game than they did in the original Oblivion.
Their allies soon.
Oh, have you found a lock? Okay. If you get a Daedric artifact, it can be. Or a silver weapon. Or an enchanted weapon.
Have pity, beautiful lady. I got nothing to eat.
I have... You could get Mehrunes Razor. But that's like very hard dungeon.
Well met. Always keep your magical equipment charged.
Go over to a lock that is already set. Doesn't matter. It just needs to be a lock. Alright. Do you see a spot that is already fucking, like, locked into place? Yeah, move your pick over to that, doesn't matter which one, and then just mash the fucking A button.
Good day.
You're getting experience, my guy. Alright, back out real quick, just so you can see how much you got.
What is it, citizen?
Now go ahead and do that. Now go ahead and do that for like a minute or two. You can get up to like level 100 fucking lockpicking in like 5-minute stops.
Never had a chance. You think? Admiral is all in an uproar. First the chapel attacked, now the prophet ranting about the end of the world.
Oblivion is Oblivion, my guy. Hell, you gain chunky acrobatics experience just by yeeting yourself
Welcome
off
to
of high
Bethesda
fucking...
Spaghetti Code.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No. Let's keep grinding it up, my guy. When you hit level 100, let me know. Because you'll have another destination after that. Wait, did you stop leveling the lockpicking? Why? It's Oblivion, it doesn't matter. Do you have lockpicking as a major or minor skill? Security. And you do it! I'm just using the armor of Akatosh. The deluxe edition care. Because it was not in Skyrim. It was in every other game though. Why not? Because Dragonbone was a thing in Dragon Scale. No, glass armor is the best light armor in the game. Correct, but in order to keep the same number of tiers in the games of armor, they ditched Mithril and added in the Dragon Scale stuff. I don't believe there was a heavy equivalent, though. There was a heavy equivalent that was added to Skyrim. Fucking plate armor. That's what I'm talking about. As a blah. Blah, 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 blah. The words are hard. Just letting you know, higher lockpicking level doesn't make the locks picking easier. It just makes it less punishing. What makes lockpicking easier is going to be the Daedric artifact you go for next. Oh, the reason why you want to do this before you get the skeleton key also is so you can get the levels all the way to 100. I'm so tired of being here. This pain is just too real. There's just too much that time cannot erase. What? Yeah. It goes fast, I promise. Do you know that there are some spells that when you obtain them are physically impossible to cast, so you have to go out of your way to spellcraft, like, castable versions of them? There are some spells you can obtain in the game that are physically impossible to be able to cast. So you have to go out of your way, because there's a spell crafting system in the game, and basically you can craft versions of any spell you have obtained. So you have to craft versions of the spells that you can actually cast. Goes fast. You'll need to go to Leowin to get the skeleton key. I'm gonna get out of there. I do think it's interesting how you can fast travel to any of the major cities without having been there, you know? Alright, well, you're gonna have to go to Leowin next. Which is all the way... It is all the way on the southern tip of Cyrodiil. Right on the border with Elsewhere.
Hey guys, I'm gonna hop off for the night.
Nope. Alright, Dustin.
Where am I, Dad?
TCB.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's okay. I might be back on later. I don't know yet. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye. Yeah, I've only gone for 2 Daedric artifacts so far because I want to hit level 30. That's one of the main reasons why I'm doing all this grindy stuff, right? Is I want to hit level 30 before I start doing the major quests and shit, because level 30 is when gear stops getting better. Do you have the deluxe edition stuff, Gideon? The $10 upgrade? I also bought the game. But I feel like this is one of those games that it's like cool to support the developers for. Especially considering Starfield was Starfield. Oh no, I'm in a squatting position. Oh! I've started working out. I don't know if you were aware of this. Yeah, my crippling self-consciousness finally got the better of me. I'm just doing a very minor workout every day, right? I say very minor, but a weekend and my legs fucking want to kill me. Week and a half, like a little over a weekend at this point. Sunday is my rest day, so that's woo. My workout is a series of exercises, 3 sets of 10 for each exercise, with 30-second rest intervals between them. I start with push-ups, then I go to Russian twists, then I do sit-ups, then I do jumping jacks, and then I end with squats. And the squats are the worst. In the long run, in the moment, they're actually not that bad to do, but I can't squat down without my calves being like, "Hey, remember when you were wanting me to kill you?" Sitting on the couch is fine, but if I go down into any type of squat position, my legs are suffer. Yeah, and well, hopefully I should start seeing results within a month or so, you know? I try to get Jill to do it with me, but I'm technically overweight for my body height. Because last I was weighed, I was roughly 235 and 38-ish pounds back in December. And a healthy body weight for a 5'11" male should be 180 pounds at most. Do you want to know what your body weight should be based off your height? It was the big motivator for me, honestly. That I heard a statistic that the body you develop in your 20s and early 30s is the body you'll have for the rest of your life. And I looked at myself and I was like, that is not the body I want to have for the rest of my life. You know? And that was one of the things that got me going. Okay. So for a 5'11" male, 155 to 189 pounds is the considered healthy weight limit, weight range. Do you say you do not want to know what yours is? Minimum 133, maximum 163. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, I mean, all it takes is to start working out. It takes 30 days to make a habit, you know? So you can... body mass... This is a chart that was made in 1943. Diet, sedentary lifestyles, stuff like that. All contributes, you know. I've also started calorie counting. Do you want to know how many calories you should intake a day based on your weight? For a 5'7" meal, you should take... It's basically the same for myself as a 5'11" male. You should roughly intake 200 2,200 calories minimum to 3,000 calories maximum a day. Yeah, that statistic and looking in my mirror, like, really just kind of, like, nailed me to start actively trying to improve myself. And I tried to get Jill to do it with me, but she's been very stubborn about it. Whenever I brought working out up with her in the past, she always talks about, well, I have a very physically demanding job, and I'm always tired when I get home from work every day. And I'm like, well, are you in shape? And she didn't like when I said that. She was not appreciative of me saying that. And I'm like, well, then she'd be like, she kept saying, well, I have a very physically demanding job. And I kept responding, well, are you in shape? And she could not say yes to that. And as such, she hasn't yet to join me in doing the working outs. She said she will at some point, but she hasn't yet. I'm a weekend. We get a little over a weekend in. Woo! Alright, now you get a Leowin, all the way in the south. Braville. Yes. Sundays are my rest days. I have only been able to do proper push-ups on 2 of the, like, 10 days that I've worked out. 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 of the 9 days I've worked out. I've only been able to do push-ups properly on 2 of those days, and that was the first day and today. Because every other day I've attempted to do push-ups, my stomach has felt like someone's been trying to stab me in it with a knife. Yeah, so I've been doing, like, half-ass push-up, like, one leg on the ground, the other leg on top of that one, and, like, a V, you know? So, like, I'm still getting upper body, like, movement and stuff, but not as I would want it. I'm just happy to... I don't know. The way that I have my workouts, I think I'm getting basically all my muscle areas worked out through them all, you know? My horse killed a troll and survived. Good job, horse. You should invest in a horse, by the way. Is it Prior Mabel's horse? Or is it Old Hag or something? Old Hag. Gotcha. Do you have the deluxe horse armor on it? Steel or Elven? So, what if I told you start the deluxe edition quest at the refugee camp outside of Gavach for the Akatosh gear? Yeah. There's a preacher you have to talk to up on the hill up towards the actual city. And he'll be like, oh, go to Beldaburo. Because timey-wimey stuff is happening there. He's a priest of Akatosh. You know how Akatosh is like the king of the divines. Yeah, he's like the big, like the head god, the big G. You know what his elven name is? Ariel. Yes, it is that Ariel. Oh, hey, remember we were talking about Daedric artifacts? Yeah, you want to leave. Yeah, don't fight Umbra, you want to leave.
You're
But you
back.
can get it without setting off
I
Umbra.
trust everything went as planned. So, you have it? Yes, yes.
That's
this
ebony
is
armor.
Indeed the honor blade of coral. So this tale has.
Correct.
Our transaction is complete.
So that's where Umbra lives. So Umbra, what Umbra does? Umbra is the sword, not the person. Umbra was formed by Clavicus Vile being tricked by a witch into putting some of his energy into it. It eats souls, and the bearer of it keeps it, for them at first it's like a fantastic sword, but eventually it eats the bearer's soul and takes over their body.
You look like a shrewd businessman. I hope I can help.
Yeah. So Umbra,
take your time. Have a look around. You won't.
As it was part of Clavicus
prices
Vile
in
originally,
all
Clavicus Vile, when you start his quest, he's gonna send you to go and retrieve Umbra for him, right? Because I want it back.
That's a good price. A fine transaction.
And I believe that canonically, you end up keeping
That's
Umbra.
more than
because Barbas, remember Barbas, Clavicus Vile's dog? Yeah, he's in this game too. I don't know if he sounds the same, because a lot of the voice actors have different people voicing them. Like, you know who Todd Howard is, right?
That's a good.
He voices Clavicus Vile in this game. Yeah. Does not in Skyrim.
A good price for a good customer.
Anywho, Clavicus Vile, he wants Umbra back because he wants his sword back, right? Because he wants his power back. So he sends you, when you start his quest, to go get it. He has you take Barbas with you, and Barbas talks to you during the quest. And when you go to Umbra's place, right? We don't know if Umbra is just wanting to stay hidden, or if like the woman that Umbra has taken over has still in somewhat of her person. But one of the things that Umbra likes to do is kill people, right? So the fact that they're hidden away in this ruin implies that it was to prevent, just random deaths of innocents from happening, right? And you have the choice. She gives you the option of being like, hey, you just leave, right? No fight needs to happen, just leave. You can, or you can kill her and take the sword, right? Barbas will be like, hey, don't give Clavicus Vile the sword back. Don't do it. This is a bad idea. Don't do it. If you do give the sword back to Clavicus Vile, he gives you the mask of Clavicus Vile, which, buying and selling better, right? But you'll reach a certain mercantile point where, like, buying and selling stuff like that doesn't matter. Like, you'll always get the best price for selling and buying stuff. And, like, you can haggle more if you want to. So, I believe, following the logic of the book, that one of the books I was telling you guys about, the Infernal City and the Lord of Souls, following the logic of it, I believe that the Hero of Kvatch canonically keeps Umbra. But if cannon isn't a thing that you're too bothered about, then you can just give
Thank you for
Clavicus the sword back. On a quick note as well, Umbra is the highest damage sword in the game.
Please, go ahead.
One-hand sword-wise. I don't know off the top of my head. Probably a longsword.
Everyone's saying there's trouble in Kvatch. The whole town destroyed. Only a few survivors.
So I've heard.
The Fighters Guild is a good place to go if you need weapon strength.
Hello again. You have a lot of nerve accusing my father of such a heinous crime. Please, go away before I... Excuse me? Please. Yes? See? Was that hard? Oh, that... Really? Interesting. That's just talk. What nonsense. That will get you something. You're good. Best way to take out a... Tell me more. Greed is unbecoming. Please, I no longer have a desire to speak with you. I appreciate what you've done in the past, but that's just what it is. The past. Greed is unbecoming. Please go away. Oh, Blackwood isn't so bad. Yes? See? Was that hard? I can't argue with that. That's... Please, I'm embarrassed. I doubt it. That works for me. Fetcher. Please go away. Fetcher.
Oh well. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've gotten it to pop up in the middle of the Nippon Bay next to Breville. There's like a red icon called a strange door. Don't interact with that. Yeah, that is the start of the Shivering Isles DLC, and that takes place after every other main storyline in the game. Mm-hmm. You know, you can see the throat of the world from the Gerald Mountain Range near Bruma. Yep. Which is it's not the first time that Bethesda's let you see landmarks from other continents in the game. I mean, you were able to see the Imperial City from Skyrim. In Skyrim. Yeah. Like, it's not fully fucking rendered, it's just literally the white gold tower, basically rendered in. But it's there, you know? You can see Red Mountain as well from Skyrim. You might be able to see Red Mountain from near Jaden Hall. I want to run out there and see if I can. I don't know of any landmarks in the other provinces, though. Well, there's a history in Breville.
If you want to buy a horse, Tovis knows his... I'm listening. Every little bit helps. Well done. Don't talk such rot. You can't. That's great. That's not... Be seeing you.
You know, the histories are technically from a different plane of Oblivion. They're not from Black Marsh originally. Black Marsh is where they landed. They shaped the Argonians, yeah. The Argonians were around before the histories, they just weren't sentient like that. Yeah, they were just basically wizards back before the histories arrived. Again, I learned a lot about Argonian stuff reading these books. Like the books from, whatchamacallit, the books from, the audiobooks I was listening to. Oh, also, don't do the Divine Crusader stuff until after you've done the Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood stuff. The reason is the Divine Crusader gear. If you commit a crime while wearing them, the gear will prevent you from wearing it. Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, it's his whole shtick. And in order to be able to wear them again, you'll have to go on a pilgrimage around to different way shrines dedicated to each of the 9 divines scattered throughout Cyrodiil. Alright, my mountain climbing is going surprisingly well. I've yet to hit an invisible wall. Having level 100 acrobatics is definitely helpful, too. Because I'm scaling, bitch. Ah, fuck. Yep, there it is. You cannot go that way, turn around. Turn back. Just a little bit higher. I feel like I should be able to see the Red Mountain from here. Maybe if I could clip out of the map. I'm gonna look it up. downside where I can't do Oblivion gates yet because I haven't given the amulet King's Joffrey and I haven't fucking done the Kvatch stuff. Why the Dwemer disappeared. I said, do you want to know why? That is very close to, yeah, why they fucked up. They thought they figured it out because they were trying to make an artificial god under their control using the Heart of Lorcan. And then Kagranak's like, whoa, yeah, they fucked up. The Tribunal, instead of using artificial gods, just decided to use themselves and the tools of Kagranak. And they were able to basically pull it off. No, you can walk through it. Is it a... Wait. Are you in a Oblivion instance that has, like, several fucking, like, towers in a row with, like, bridges connecting to a central tower? Cool. Are you talking... Is there a tower behind... Like, a sunken tower behind the Oblivion gate? That you entered it in? Alright, then you're not in the instance I'm thinking of. Oh, are you playing on Apprentice now? Yeah, I told you, dude. There's a dungeon map. Mm-hmm. Mm. I haven't fallen asleep on a side note. I'm just messing around with my phone. I know I have a habit of that, but... How goes the Oblivion Gate? Remember, there's only a certain amount of Oblivion Gates in the game, so you gotta make sure you collect those alchemy ingredients while you're there. Well, it's the only place to get them. I mean, I guess, do you ever intend on leveling your alchemy? I'm gonna try to get all my character stats to 100. Azura's Shrine. Correct.
I'm trying to concentrate if you...
You have entered a holy place. What is your business? This is the Shrine of Azura, Queen of the Dawn and the Dusk. What is your business here, traveler? If you wish to speak to the lady, visit her shrine at dawn or dusk. Leave her an offering of glow dust, and perhaps she... We serve her will.
You can get the Mason Molag Ball.
I have seen your name, traveler, and heard it whispered in twilight. I ask a service.
That's not Azura's voice actress.
Fame and reward.
That's the same chick that voiced Meridia.
Many years ago, 5 followers slew the vampire Dratic and its kin, but all were infected by the foul creature. Knowing their fate, they sealed themselves up in the vampire's lair. Their suffering weighs heavily on me. Travel to the gutted mine. The door will open to you. Bring the piece of death to my followers, and you shall earn my gratitude.
Alright, guess I'm doing Azura's Star quest. Oh, Gideon, I should let you know something. As part of the main quest, you're gonna have to sacrifice a Daedric artifact permanently. It's gonna get destroyed. Well, you get to choose which artifact gets destroyed, but an artifact that you collect will get destroyed. From a Daedric quest, yes. I recommend Namira's Ring because all it does is the cannibalism thing again. You could destroy them? $15. That was the throat of the world. In my quest to try to see fucking the Red Mountain, I have spotted the throat of the world. Cool. Tallest mountain in Tamriel right there. It would be cool if they had a little Parthenax flying around. Because he would still be alive during this time, you know? See, with Parthenax, I don't know what the canon thinks of that's gonna be. If it'll be addressed at all, you know? Schooled en los infos. I like hearing Secunda playing in this game because Secunda is a song that was in Morrowind as well. Okay. I can't see the Red Mountain from where I currently am. I can see the river, or the fucking sea that separates Vardenfell from mainland Morrowind, though. What? Oh, it'd be cool if I could see the Ministry of Truth. That would still be around by now. The Ministry of Truth is the name of that asteroid, by the way. Yeah, again, Vivek was dumb for not just, like, gently setting it onto the ground. He had to be all like, oh, look at me. With my divine power, I can stop a heavenly fucking object from striking into the fucking volcanic island. Because I'm smart like that. Still, it was cool being able to see the Thor of the World at least. And tactically, I saw the fucking sea that separates Hardenfell and mainland Morrowind. I don't think that Morrowind gets all fucky until like roughly a year or so after the Oblivion Crisis. Oh, so I don't know if you've heard the dialogue, right? But the histories, right? They have a connection to basically any Argonian that was born in Blackmarsh, right? So they could sense the Oblivion Crisis coming. So they summoned back every Argonian that they could to Blackmarsh to help repel the invader. And when the Oblivion Crisis happened, right? Fucking the Argonians were ready. They fucking reverse invaded the Oblivion Gates to such a degree that the Daedra that were inside fucking chose to shut the gates instead of allowing the Argonians to fucking flood through continuously. And they took the momentum from that, and then when the Red Year happened and Vardenfell got all fucky, they were like, hey, the Argonians have kind of, the fucking Dunmer have kind of enslaved us for like centuries. Let's fuck them up while they're down, right? And they did. They took a large swath of southern Morrowind. Barely anything is left of Morrowind as a province for the Dunmer at this point. Like, Vardenfell is a volcanic wasteland. Like, ash covered, awful. Like, people still live there, but barely, you know? Mainland Morrowind is, you know, small compared to what it was because of the, because of the Argonians. And, really the largest settlement of Dunmer in Morrowind at the time of the books, which was, again, 49 years after, the Oblivion Crisis. They were all concentrated on Solstheim. That's part of the Dark Brotherhood quest. It doesn't start it. Yeah. Yep. Are you just leveling up from the lockpicking? Oh well. That's a bear. What level's you end at? Nice. Have you done the arena stuff at all yet? So there's a... Have you talked to the Grand Champion? He's the orc guy training in the ready room. Did you get a quest from him? Yeah. Make sure you complete that quest before you finish the arena quest line, otherwise you won't be able to finish it. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm sobering up already. I drink so much alcohol and I'm already sobering up. So cringe. Sure is. You work tomorrow? What time? What about Monday? Jill and I had Monday off because of her endoscopy or whatever. Not even funny, dude. Easy is even easier. Like novice is like you're with like 2-shot bosses. Well, you know what it'd be like on Adept. Bullet sponges that deal more damage. That's just how it is. I think Apprentice is the way to go. They did, though. You want to see something funny? Set it to fucking master difficulty for a second. Then you can see how fucking impossible that is. Make sure you save. Alright, I'm gonna finish this cave. Probably stop the stream there because I'm getting cozy.
Hello? Who's there? Well, well, look who we've got here.
Fight you'll get.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm. At it. Am I supposed to be impressed? That's the best you can do? Die!
Yeah, you got in a fight. See what I mean? Swear to God, what? Like a gank fight. Yeah. Don't know what. No. You're probably able to, it's just probably hidden. Entrance. Oh, if he doesn't have a map marker, then yeah, you can. what you want, you know? Right? Everything's a bullet sponge. Oh, also the damage output. Probably not to mention item durability. I'm doing my best to not get vampirism. Fighting vampires right now. This is the first time I fought them that they keep infecting me with the vampire disease, you know? Luckily for me, I have I have
Shut down, weakling.
What's it called? I have a cure disease spell. Alright. This bitch has so many arrows for some reason. What the fuck? Wait, before you go. This bitch has so many arrows. She's got fucking... This vampire chick, she's got 5 arrows of blizzards, 5 arrows of frost, 7 arrows of jolt, 6 arrows of scorching, an arrow of glacier, 5 arrows of the north winds, 40 dwarven arrows, 13 ebony arrows, 19 elven arrows, 26 glass arrows, 57 iron arrows, 8 silver arrows, and 53 steel arrows. Bitch wasn't even using a bow to attack me, she was using a dagger. I'm gonna sell them all. Bye. And then it was just us, chat. And by chat, I mean me, myself, and I. What's that note I got?
thank you, mortal. Their spirits are free, and henceforth above my shrine, 5 bright candles shall burn forever in memory of their sacrifice. For your service, take this token, that your deeds might be entered in the Book of Fate.
Ooh.
What is your wish? Take your time. See, was that hard? Farewell, Starbearer.
What is your wish? You who has been blessed by Our Lady's voice. We threaten no one. Why can't they just leave us alone? Yes. That will get you something. That's a bit excessive, don't you think? Whatever. Don't make me. Thank you. See? Was that your good? Farewell, Starbearer.
What is your wish? You who have been blessed by Our Lady's voice. The great lady has spoken. To you alone. The moon and star shall be your guide. All right. Every little bit helps. Please, I'm embarrassed, but thank you. You're wasting your breath. Well done. You're revolting. That will get you something. That works for me. Farewell, Starbearer.
Temple of the Ancestor Moths, huh?
Not bad.
There's something strange about Ida Linnorm. I heard she was climbing up so she could jump off.
Maybe she could teach me how to fall off things. That's a useful skill. Much better than, say, swinging a sword or casting a fire. Bye.
Farewell.
A pleasure to speak with you. Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel. You drive up. That's a fair deal. You've made a good bit of... That's a good deal. That's a fair deal. You drive a fine an excellent. That's a good deal. You drive a. Thank you for your patronage. You too.
Alright, people. I think I'm gonna cut the stream for the night. It was 3 streams. And, yeah, I think maybe I'll just do a little bit of grinding if I don't pass out. So,